be right. Okay, I'm just kidding. Of course, this duel makes a lot more sense because they are 50-50. It comes down to this final game's execution.
The game execution for game number really needs those items to be very sustainable, especially using that Gale's Benediction as well.
Gale's Benediction, so much healing, so much tankiness, but still, it's still the early game. He needs to rack the items like you talked about. Once he gets that Ominous Premonition, the Eye of the Phoenix here, buffing up the physical.
Already half HP.
Man, if that goes down and they secure the Tyrant, A7 is going to have a blast of an early game. But right now, mid priority goes over to the hands of Vitality. They have control of the mid river. They just need to assist Zan here in securing this wave. And also, Smite has been expanded by Dani, so he's not so open for this Tyrant.
Rotations coming down and the Tyrant is going to be taken to half of the HP. It's only Vitality in here. Guan Yu is still very far away and he's going to be free for the red team.
3 for the tech team, but obviously we're looking at below as well, right? We did say that obviously Zhang Fei can take the smite, but he's gone for the heal instead, so they couldn't even really go and contest that Tyrant. They would have to be basically waiting on a dream with that last hit, right? But like you were saying that, Isaac, he was just trying to basically say and give the intel to the side of alpha7. Danny saying, hey, look, Crimson Golem is up literally soon, but it was a quick rotation from Zhang Q.
Vitality is going to have to let that turret go, and they're going to have to rotate around. They do not have an answer to what's happening over there in the farm lane.
The console you right now is serving such a big person to actually fight Zan on this early here. This pick actually scales immensely well against the early, especially with the Wind of Blessing, being able to block up physical damage. You negate the potential of the likes of Tufts, of the likes of Zan actually flanking you with these picks. So definitely a smart pick up here coming in from alpha7.
That's actually that. So far, I mean, it's not actually been called out just yet, right? alpha7 are definitely looking for a means here onto Zhang Q. We do hear the Unbridled Outburst being put through as well. The damage has come through. The fort has been laid down and his grave has been made for the first time within game number 3. But it's not only that. Zhang comes through and gets the reverse takedown onto Niab. So already paying back that 1-1 trade.
1-1 trade. It was supposed to be for alpha7, but at the end of the day, Vitality can't take one whack.
But yet again, guys, you gotta remember, when you talk about kills, alpha7 in the end, they came what they wanted. One kill, first blood, extra goal into a tower. Yes. They traded more and they are escalating the goalie here, but still, you gotta remember one more thing. This goalie was not enough to beat the Alpha 17 composition that they had just now. Right now, they're on opposite ends. The Pei, the Mines Runners. So, do they have the early game tempo to really solidify themselves in the mid to late stages?
It is already 6 minutes of the game. And right now, we can start already seeing what the Alpha 7 strat is going to be. The quick rotations around is not going to be a 3-1-1. It's going to be a 4-1 going around.
And I mean, that's definitely numbers you don't want to be seeing, right? Like, you don't want to be going into a brush and seeing 4 of the enemy teams in there. It's going to be scary for the side of Team Vitality. They're just having to kind of just do and tend a little bit more pressure into these side lanes, because it seems like alpha7 are definitely dictating the pace of this game number 3.
They have full control of the pace of the game, right? Like, the whole rhythm is just being directed by the blue team.
This is the expertise of the Pei, right? We thought Danny wouldn't be a master, but imagine this. He's making the side lane so comfortable for everyone to play. Every time that they was out, Vitality sends someone to defend top side, so much people had to follow him, and he takes teleport back to the bottom side and pull more people here. Look at this, 10 man strong at the bottom segment of the map.
It's just so difficult to start fighting in here. Like, the rotations are so tight, but this might be an opening.
Yeah, I mean, Team Vitality right now are definitely playing more of the reactive playstyle. They aren't kind of dictating the pace. alpha7, like you were saying there, Sagi, they're sending people up to the top side of the map. Then we see that Team Vitality have to send people up as well, and then vice versa. Down to, it's like a bit of a switcheroo here happening on the Gorge.
I just love how this game is keeping us on the edge of our seats. It's just in any moment a fight could happen, because you can see everyone just moving around the map so much. The rotations are so quick that a moment of mistake, it might be just a direct fight.
A moment of mistake towards a direct fight, and look at 10 seconds here. If no one is here to defend his Crimson, alpha7 is going for the call right now. Look, everybody is looking at at this buff. A fight might break out here.
Fight might break out. We're obviously seeing a little bit of damage going over to the 19. The Destiny counter already being used as well to try and wipe out these minions into the top side of the map. It is going to go over the side of Team Vitality, so no stealing of the Crimson Golem within this fight, but it still means there is going to be a little bit of jabs, a little bit of jives coming here from alpha7, but no deaths so far.
Yeah, box staying in there, but no one for Vitality was able just to have the courage to jump in and to try to initiate in there.
I mean, they shouldn't have that courage, right? 'Cause, I mean, they don't want to make the mistake that if they were alpha7 in the last game, if alpha7 made that mistake, they wouldn't be in this game number 3.
For me, guys, I'm starting to look at ZhongQ. He's starting to rack up the tank items, and he's starting to be a very beefy frontline. Once ZhongQ, once Zan gets these items, maybe at the 10-minute mark, we might see a full-fledged dive being blown up by both teams here.
Zan right now on 6,000 gold, only 2 big items. He might need 1 more in there for his damage to be online.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got the Doomsday, right? So early game power spike is coming through. He's going for the Shadow Ripper as well. A little bit more attack speed, a little bit more crit as well. But obviously, looking at that Dark Daybreaker towards the end of that itemization. But right now, taking a lot of damage is Neil into the mid lane, forcing the recall here. So he's going to be out of commission for a few seconds.
Ooh, the map state is getting more and more serious right now. You gotta need a hero right now. We keep talking about these two teams. 1-2-1. Goal lead, it's whatever. It's 50-50 right now. 1,000 goal lead, it's like, it's okay. It's not too big. So who is the hero? Is it Niap on the Guan Yu's Razor Cavalry? Is it ZhongQ fighting these backlines? But hang on a moment though, as they're still looking for an engage here on this Crimson.
Are they really looking for engages, or are they just trying to capitalize on that T2 takedown, right? They was able to get the T2, they was able to get that Crimson Golem. Now they rotate into the mid lane. Now they might be able to get that catch-up that you were talking about there, Sagi. alpha7 are being zoned out by Yixing's ultimate. World is my board. They may be able to get this T1 down to the bot lane. It's not looking hopeful here for the Team Vitality.
We're always talking about just how this game needs to be played and how it needs to advance. And the way that alpha7 is playing right now, I'm telling you, is one of the most mature ways that I've seen them play in a long time.
And Tubbs is so far away from this objective. Unbridled Alpha's being committed, but no fight breaks out as Vitality pulls away here. But still, Tubbs was so far away and Niap can single-handedly zone the entire roster of Vitality there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic Unbridled Outburst, right? Just completely denying any kind of access onto that Shadow Tyrant. Because, I mean, that definitely could have switched things up because, like we were saying previously, the gold lead is nothing to scream and shout about, right? It's only around about that 2k gold lead if we're being charitable to the side of Team Vitality. So they could still take team fights if they really were able to just make sure they compose it correctly.
Oh, talking about composition, right? I'm still thinking about the late game, right? I love the Construct U. Physical damage mitigation, and then you don't really have a magical assassin to really capitalize on this Construct U. So he's practically untouchable. Once he finishes Daybreaker that he's about to be finishing, ZhongQ and Tubbs is going to have a tough time tanking this damage dealer.
I mean, vice versa, though. I mean, like you can see here that John is looking to go for the Daybreak as well. He has the Cloud Pierce, so the second-tier item, but what they don't have anymore is that T1 into the mid lane, which is at the detriment of Team Vitality. They're already scared to go around in their own jungle. This is going to make them even more scarce. We can see Tufts maybe getting poured out here. Niap is just giving over intel to the side of alpha7, and right now, we could potentially see a takedown of the Shadow Overlord, but also they need to reclaim this if they want to reclaim those lanes.
They're gonna take that tier 2 turret and then you're just gonna let that Overlord just go for free.
Yes.
Uncontested is totally fine because right now they do have an advantage, but that means that for the next 1 minute of the game, they will not have priority for the fight.
I agree. Next 1 minute, Vitality will have all lanes pushed out and alpha7 will be busy attending these waves here. Just look at Danny. So fed, so much protection. He's at enemy lines. Farming so far away. And right now though, they seem to be collapsing. They're looking for Danny. But Danny, a pace, so much mobility here. He can jump, he can leap, he can escape freely.
Yes, being the tiger of the Chuck BR team is Danny on this pay, and he's definitely playing it very well, right? Considering that he doesn't normally play this pick, he's actually doing okay. Like, he's like, okay, I can do the damage. Yeah. I've got 0 kills. I've done the assist. But the fact is that there hasn't really been much of a team fight, but that's to the favor of Team Vitality, right?
That's why I'm telling you that this game is right now just a completely different level of competition. As someone is being already stunned and immune, is going to have to proc his ulti. in order to run away from that jungle.
Yeah, I mean, Valau getting caught out there. I mean, is that going to be a good cause and good use of the Unbridled Outburst?
Well, he did overextend there, trying to open up vision for the map. However, if you don't have the Unbridled Outburst, that's 30 seconds to 1 minute that you have to regain it from attacking creeps, attacking jungle camps, to regain your fury to be able to cast his ultimate, right? So right now, the map pressure is still really low for South Vitality here. We have to see regarding the final marksman, the Arlie versus the Consort U, who comes out on top in team fighting.
If this game keeps going like this, we might end up seeing a Tempest Dragon, because I don't feel like any of the two teams is really willing just to make that one movement that might end up in a big fight.
Yeah, because I mean, one movement is great consequence, right?
Yeah,
if it doesn't go in your favor, then that's it. You could be beating your head for the rest of the night thinking, if I didn't make that bad move, I could have won this game. And you can see right now how they're just stalking brushes. They are just waiting for alpha7 to make the wrong move. And I feel like I get the jive. I get the vibe that you're talking about here, Isaac. There's a lot of stalemates happening on this gorge right now.
Look at that, they're gonna catch Niap over there. He's just gonna jump away and he's not gonna be boarded in. Now it's gonna be the tire that is gonna be free for alpha7 one more time.
I love the map play here coming in from alpha7 here. They deliberately, 20 seconds before the objective, send in the Clash Lane wave every time. It's not a coincidence, it happened twice already. Two of these Shadow Tyrants, every time they force Tufts to clear the wave. If not, they'll be losing a tier 3 Clash Lane tower.
Yeah, some key vital itemizations being built there as well. We got the Sun Chaser onto CR7, so some more range, a lot more attack speed for the Consort U, as well as obviously the Ominous Premonition there for Niap onto the Guan Yu. So once he's in there, he's going to slow down the movements of those enemies and make it harder to escape.
The last thing that Team Vitality wants in here is just one of those high ground turrets just to fall. If that one of those high ground turrets is falling, that's going to open a Niap a way of coming right from behind.
Oh yeah, flanking angle from a Guan Yu's Razor Cavalry. That's not what you're going to be seeing for the final game right here, especially if you're a Vitality fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Mama Bird just feeding all the chicks. She's just pushing all the worms into the side of alpha7 at that point. And to be honest, when you are so close with that gold lead, giving over a whole team to the side of alpha7 could definitely make that gold lead a lot more stellar for your team.
Let's wait and see what's going to happen. alpha7 just needs to control the wave so they can come in all at the same time. They do not think about the minions at the moment because they're going to start the Shadow Overlord.
Shadow Overlord going maybe potentially into the hands of alpha7 here. I mean, there's nobody around by the side of Team Vitality. They cannot contest this. They have no long range like from the likes of a Newer or anything like that, so they have to give it over, which at this point in the game, can Team Vitality really take this loss?
Well, one thing's for sure, we still haven't got a full-fledged 5v5.
Yeah.
That upcoming 5v5 will cement the game. I believe in Vitality, I believe in A7. They wouldn't go down, they wouldn't win the game without going for such a big fight.
Let's wait and see what's going to happen. Right now, the whole hope of Team Vitality comes into Zan. Zan and that Arlie, they need to be a perfect engage for them to stay alive.
Yeah, I mean, you're even sensing it here as well, right? He's gone for defensive, offensive last item, Cuirass of Savagery as well. So not typically the item you go for an early last item, but it's the defense that they need. They're like, if they're going to come to us, I want to have that safety net. I want to have that defense for myself, but also deal a little bit of damage thanks to the item as well.
Exactly, I do agree with him because look at Dani. He's full slaughter with the Breaker. Look at Fury. He's going to come and jump onto you. And CR7, he's full slaughter on the Consort U, so definitely you have to fight something. But look at mid lane
Oh, I mean, fight on two fronts though. Into the bot side of the map as well. We see Niap. He brings John-Q to his mates. But at the same time, we're having that team fight into the mid lane. John, thanks to that defense, is able to get it alive as well as thanks to 19. So we have the Vanguard pushing into the Crystal. Higher ground turrets are starting to fall for Team Vitality.
John-Q over there just falling down at the same as the turret. And look at that. They want to keep just throwing punches over there, pushing 19 back so low. And he won't survive. CR7 is going to back that one.
This is what I was saying about the Diadema pick. If you go for that empowered basic attack, it swings you into your enemy and basically gives them the 3 kill. But Tufts into the backline as well. He's trying his best to keep alpha7 off of his Crystal. There is no minions at this point, but there is only 2 of Team Vitality. As the minion wave comes through into the mid lane, this could be hairy.
This could be hairy as, look at it, they are looking for the win. Unbridled Outburst hits the early kill. Power goes down.
It is going to be alpha alpha7 coming into the Kings group stage.
Congratulations to alpha7. What a master class of a performance.